Hey guys, Luke here and welcome to our Season 9 GP2 highlights. We're back here and it is the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. And after a full wet qualifying, it was Footy took pole position. I was down in 6th and my teammate Deathshark down in 13th. It was a full wet conditions for qualifying, which aren't my favourite, but hopefully we can recover that in the race. Looking for a top 3 finish ready to help our championship battle, but here we go. We have 5 lights now. And it's lights out and away we go with Leo to our left and Jazz just ahead. We seem to have got a good start once again. Here we are making the most of our starts here this season. We're doing quite well. Speeding on the primes has got a slow start, so we're going to look around his outside. Leroy's there though. We're going to go 3 wide now into the first corner. Taking a wider entry to hopefully get a good exit. We've tapped Leroy's wheel, but we've managed to get the inside of Jazza. He got caught up a little bit behind LC, so he's down to 6th. We're up to 5th, so it's been a good start from us. Just what we needed early on after a pretty poor qualifying for myself down in 6th, but I can't really complain considering it was the wet. So I'm looking at the inside of Leroy as he's looking at the inside of LC, so that was never going to work. Now Jazz is barreling through up my inside, and what a disaster. We've moved down to, back down to 6th now after going for a move which could have put us up to 4th or maybe even 3rd. But Jazz is going quite slowly through this section, and we're sort of pushing him around it, taking much more speed than him. But we've lost out there, and JMPJD might be right behind us in a minute. We managed to hold that position P6, and here we go on lap 2. It's getting bunched up a bit here. LC quite slow on the primes, obviously early on, and we're looking around the outside of Jazza now into the chicane. We're going round his outside, and we're able to hold it. We've been forced to cut the corner because he's given us no space. I don't really know what's going on here early on in the Italian Grand Prix, but we're still in 6th. Tom Chambers just behind us in 7th, and we're going to look to push on here in this race. Coming through here, taking a good line, and who's that off? I'm not sure who that is. That is Leroy's off, so we might be able to get him here if we look up his inside. I think we're going to pass him before the corner. Yes, we do, and we're up into P5, and that is perfect for us. We managed to pass Leroy, which is going to be a key move, so we take a Scari nice and clean. That's going to be my plan for the whole race, to drive nice and cleanly. Here we go down into the first chicane. We're still 5th, but LC's been passed by Jazzo, taking a wider entry, so he clips the curb quite nicely there. We've got a good enough exit to maybe have an attack on LC here down the straight. Here we go. Gonna look maybe around his outside, depends where he goes, but we haven't really got the best of slipstreams. But it's now starting to kick in, and he's guarded the outside, so we're going to try and outbreak him at the inside, but we've been holding on to that as that's Footy off the track. I can tell you we've gone up the inside of LC at the same time, and now Leroy's going to barrel through up the inside as well, so we managed to make a double move there on Footy and then Leroy, and you can see the leaders are right in sight here as we come on to the end of lap 3. Taylor's into 2nd. Jazz has managed to go back it up into the lead after being 6th at one point, and we're going to now maybe get a toe off Taylor, but he's got DRS, Jazza hasn't, so he's going to be the one that's going to struggle. He's going to look to outbreak him on the outside. Taylor's moved across very late indeed. They've all been crossed up with each other. We're going to look to get a good enough exit. We've got a very good exit, but Taylor's been quite slow, so he's sort of blocked us. Now looking around his outside, he hasn't given us much room because he's got Jazza up his inside here. And what is he doing? He's not giving us any room. I'm sure he had more room and he's smashing into us. Now what is going on here? I think we're just going to try and go up his inside and hopefully hold that position. We've cut the corner massively, but he's cut it as well, and I think he's going to keep that position. And now Leroy's looking up our inside as well. This couldn't have gone much worse here. We're battling for the lead. We should have taken the lead, but now we're going to be down to 4th here as he pushed us into the grass and now into the gravel. I don't know what's going on. I think there might be some lag issues here because we've just been pushed and pushed and pushed for the whole race. This has been a disaster from everyone, but I think it must have been lag related. As you can see here, the LC smashing us into the grass with our DRS broken. That was open. That was nearly our race over. We were very lucky to survive that, and he did tell me after the race that it was indeed lag, and I was just trying to regroup here. We're battling for the lead, and now after quite a bit of lag, I think I was suffering from lag. They saw my car in different positions to where I was because I got smashed off by Leroy, Taylor, yeah, and Jazz. They all pushed me off, and then Leroy, LC then nearly making my vehicle be destroyed. But now Footy's right behind us, but we're right behind LC, getting in the token around his outside then into the first chicane. We're going to look to outbreak him here, sort of come across on him there, but I think that'll be okay. And we're up into P5. Back up into P5, and that is where we like it. And now here on lap 6, you can see there's a massive cluster here for the lead, and Tom Chambers has gone very, very slowly indeed. We've had a very late move up his inside. He was suffering from lag there, and That's his front wing gone, so us up into 4th, which is quite a crazy move there. Having to barrel up the inside, dive up the inside because he was struggling with lag. Just a AI car there, and as you can see here on lap 7, Taylor's made a mistake, and now we're going to crown his outside then. And I think we're going to make the move even before the corner. And we do, we're up into P3 and back into the podium positions. That is where we belong in this Grand Prix, taking a nice line there. As you can see here, however, he's managed to take a better line, I think, than us, but he got some dirty mid-corner, so we've managed to keep that position. And P3 is ours as Footy now coming on the outside of Taylor. I think he's going to make that move stick, I'm not sure. We'll put it into lean, so we need to save fuel, and we're going to get DRS anyway, taking a wonderful line through there. As you can see here, getting on the accelerator now and up into Rich Mix 3. We're going to look to make the move here. They're all bunched up. Leroy's going to get DRS and Jazza. Jazza's going to be the sitting duck here. We're going to look up his inside. We've got a much better speed advantage here. Sort of forces were there off the white lines, but that's okay. I'm going to look here, break as late as possible, as we've been tapped. We've been hit off by Leroy. I think that was all Jazza, one of the two. But as you see here, carry on, and what is going to go on here? Footy set the fast over 24-1. Good luck from here. We've got a penalty. We have a penalty for causing a collision there, even though we were the ones that got tapped off. So that has been removed by the steward. So at the moment we are in the lead of the race, and Leroy somehow taking a great line through there. We've had a very, very poor exit indeed as we clip the curb, but we're going to look to keep it on the inside. We've got an okay line through there. We're a bit crossed up because we're on the inside, but we've taken lovely line through there. We're going to look to get on the accelerator early. Leroy though is going to look around that outside here, maybe into a Scari. I wasn't too bothered if he got through, if I'm honest. This is here, put into lean, letting him through because I should get DRS on the next one, but he's broke quite early. I might have hit him there. I think I did because there's a bit of lag bubble, and now Jazza doesn't really give us much room. That's why I cut the corner. As you can see here, we're nearly going 3 wide here, down into the Parabolica. We're just looking to like stand off from it, and Footy's coming in. There's Taylor. This is amazing stuff for the lead of the race. This is showing what AOR GP2 really is about. We looked to get a good enough exit, but we sort of had to lift off there to avoid barreling into Leroy. So now we've got a good enough exit though to hopefully once again challenge for the lead. We're just going to go to the outside. Should have enough speed advantage to get past Jazza, but it's going to be hard. Leroy is into the lead. We're up into second place at this point, but we've broken quite early. Try and avoid it. We'll look at the inside of Jazza. He's holding it around the outside. We've got a pretty poor exit, but we've got an okay exit. Similar to his, is going to give us room on the outside. That's going to be the key here, as Footy is all over us. He's going to look to make the move as well soon here. So this is a great battle for the lead of the race, which I didn't really think I'd be in after qualifying. Look to dive up his inside, cut the corner slightly, get a good enough exit though as we're looking up his inside. No, it didn't really give us much room. That's why we had to cut it. I think that was fair enough, and Jazza's ran a little bit wide into the gravel, I think, and we've moved back up into P2. We've taken some nice lines through Lesmo too. That was probably one of our best corners on the track. But as you can see here, on lap 11, our tyres are starting to go off quite considerably here. But we're going to look maybe up the inside of Leroy here into the first chicane. We've broke fairly early actually for some reason. Footy's cut the corner and barreled into us. What is he doing there? And he's carried on. Wow. That's a bit unfair from him. I think he didn't give us any room up the inside after cutting the corner, which I found was quite funny. But anyway, here we lost quite a lot of time because our tyres were gone as we come into the pits on lap 11 for a fresh set of the prime tyres. As you can see here, coming on to the prime tyres, and there we go. Off we go. P6 at the moment, but I think we might lose a couple more, might stay there. Davey is right behind us though. One of the potential championship contenders is right behind us, but I'm not sure as we suffer a bit of a lag spike, I believe there. Not 100% sure. Watching that back, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that was a lag spike watching it now, but I might watch it back later. It's not, but anyway, Jazza has overtaken us into P8. I think he might be on the options, or Prime's doing a 2-stop. He's definitely doing a 2-stop, or a 3-stop, so I think he's doing a 3-stop, and the rest are doing a 2-stop. Don't quote me on that. It might be a 1-stop, I'm not sure. I think it is a 1-stop. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused here. It is a 1-stop. As Footy now comes out of the pitch just ahead of us, and Davey, who got a poor line for that, looking to get the better exit, hasn't worked. And now Davey's all over us, as you can see here, though by the end of lap 13, now into 14, we're up into P7, that might be about to P6, as we're going around the outside of Footy, going to break as late as possible to hopefully hold on to that. And we've cut him off nicely, and that's that move done, but we've run a little bit wide. Can we get a good enough exit to hopefully start catching up with Leroy here? down the straight cover grande, but I think we're just about going to hold on the position from Footy, are we? As we come, yes we are. Now on lap 16 we're going to look to get past, who's that, LC is just ahead in 5th place now as we come through. Lesmo 2 turned a little bit too early and we're into the gravel. A disaster. We've managed to keep it as Taylor followed me into the gravel, not followed me, I followed him into the gravel, and now Davey is going to look up my inside, but he couldn't quite get that move done. And as you can see here on lap 19 we are right behind Footy now, searching for that P5 position. I think we deserve a podium here. We've driven very well so far, and that's Formula Moss come out of nowhere. I didn't even realise he was even in this race, let alone battling for a high place as that is. Yes, Jazza making his second and final stop here as we're going to back to move into P5. And now on lap 21 we get towards the end of this race now. Let's talk about desperation times now as LC is spiraling off into the distance, I believe there on, yeah he is, he's well into the distance on his option tyres. He started on the primes and it worked for him. He was ahead of us by the time I pit. As that is Leroy having a major lag spike. He's down to P5 after being in P2, so that's an absolute disaster for him. As Riley Boy sets the fastest lap as we're closing our DRS. We don't want to overtake either of these cars, and we've had to brake very hard. That's why we cut the corner. We didn't really know where to turn in, but we haven't cut the rest of it, and we haven't gained any positions or time from that, I believe. So that's fine. And as you can see here on the end of lap 21, going to lap 22 here, as you can see here, going down the straight. It's going to be Moss this time that's the sitting duck as we come down the straight. Might look up inside here into turn 1, but Footy they've sort of collided. Going to get a good exit hopefully, try and get past Moss. We've got a great exit. As you can see here, we're now right behind Footy. Can we maybe look around his outside, but Moss is there. We have to give him room. It's going to be hard now, but Moss has gone behind us, and now we're free to attack Footy here. Can we cover his inside? He's broken fairly early. I think we've just about taken that cleanly, but we haven't got a good enough exit, but I think he's decided to stay behind us. And that is moved on up into P2 in the end. And this is the position that I would love to keep, but as you can see here on lap 23, they are right behind me, and I've made a bit of a mistake. They're running a little bit wide. Now Footy is right on me, and I've run wide again, and I'm into the gravel again, and I've lost another 2 positions. I don't think I'll lose the position to Leroy, and I won't, but that's another disaster down into P4 after it looked like P2 would be ours. Down into the Ascari chicane now, running a little bit wide, but look at that, taking it fairly cleanly enough anyway to be satisfied with my driving. I think I drove pretty well today in terms of track limits, but as you can see here on the final lap, I won't be able to make the moves up in 2nd place. It's looking like we might have to settle for 4th here as we come down the straight, which would be a disaster for my championship hopes. As you can see here, coming down into the chicane, taking a nice line actually, and we've managed to get past Footy, so up into P3 here. Or is that going to be all we're going to be able to hold on to? P3, or can we make a final attack for P2? But don't see it. We can get a good enough exit. We don't. We've got a good enough exit to hold on to P3. We've managed to hold up onto P3 with a last ditch move, and we managed to get P3. LC Speedy and takes the victory from Formula Moss in 2nd, and me in 3rd after my penalty was moved. Leroy picked up a well deserved 4th. He drove well today. David was 5th. Footy was 6th. Jazz was 7th, and Taylor down in 8th. But you're about to see here what that does to the championship with R13 picking up 9th, Honeycomb Maze in 10th, and JMPJD 11th for the last of the finishes. As you can see here, the championship, LC has now taken the lead by 4 points out of me, but I'm still right in the championship. Davy's now 40 points behind. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe from Twitter in the description below. The championship battle is on. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.